We're on.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tuesdays with Tiffany. I have Joni here with me today, at least to say hello.
Yeah.
And I have PJ. He's making us look good, and you can
Yeah.
hear us and all that good stuff. But I'm going to let Joni do the business side because I am terrible at it. I was
Okay.
listening to myself on the last show. I'm like, I said, like maybe 12 times.
Okay, I probably would do the same thing. So if you are on Facebook and you're seeing us for the very first time, you'll need to register. So you'll go up to the comment bar and create an account. You'll put in your first name, your last name, and create a password, and then come back and watch us. And then you can shop with us later on. If you have the app, you're all set and ready to go. So that is really the best way to view our classes. Is the app. So you'll just go to the app store and type in Gloria Horn Sewing Studio, and you'll download the little app, and it's a free app. And then you can watch the video now, or you can watch it later. You can watch it like 6 months from now.
Even a year, right?
Yeah, a year.
A whole year out.
Yeah. So that's really the easiest way to view the classes, and then also shop with us because they have a list of all the products that we sell. And we are also on YouTube and other
Instagram and Twitter
and Snapchat, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But those we're not we can't shop on those yet because we're almost there, but not quite.
Right.
So if you, I know that we've seen a lot of people from YouTube watch us.
Yeah, my son actually, he didn't have school last week. And so he was watching, he apparently made a couple comments. I only saw one asking what machine he needed to make the bag, which is hilarious because the boy does not sew. So he was just trying to sound cool, like he knew what he was doing. But he said he was watching on YouTube as well. So he watched both on the app and on YouTube. So.
Yeah. I always go on YouTube and if I need to know how to do something, I'll Google it. Yeah, search it. Yeah. And then our shipping is $8, and it's free with a $75 purchase. Yep. And also, we will combine orders. So if you bought something yesterday afternoon, they'll combine it with what you buy today. Or if you buy something later on, we're going to be on again. So they will combine orders. So. Yes, and I think that's about it. And anything else?
I think that's it for that part of the business, which I appreciate you doing because I do struggle with it for some reason. But I just said to begin with, even just talking about it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say I see Joyce in Missouri, and I see a bunch of locals, which is fun. I meant to last week. Everybody puts not everybody, but a lot of people put their states in there. I wanted to get a map of the U.S. and mark where everybody watches
That would be fun.
Because I really love it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
and somebody said, "Is there a kit?" Now
there
will be a kit, right?
So if you're talking about this, we definitely have a kit for it. So this is the Morgan bag. This is week 3. Yes, Joni's shirt is amazing.
Yeah,
isn't
like
it?
my shirt.
I complimented her earlier on it.
Thank you. I've had it for a while.
Yeah, it's really cute. We were talking about it matches some of the fabric for the bag club that we're working on. So. Not that we're giving away any secrets because it's all secret. It's a mystery.
Okay, and a mystery, the mystery project.
So, California.
There's Harrisburg.
Right?
Yeah.
See? My brother is coming into town this summer. Yes.
I didn't know you had a brother.
I do. He doesn't live local, but he's in California. So there's 5 people coming and staying with us. But they really want to go to Harrisburg. So if you have any suggestions, Marianne, for Harrisburg, they want to go to all the state capitals in the country.
That's good. It's a little town. I know that.
Yeah.
I remember I got a train there one time. There was a train stop, and I was there. But I think that would be cool to see all the capitals.
Right. I thought, that's a good way to travel and sort of pick. I get a Starbucks mug everywhere I go. That's very unique, but we have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a New Mexico.
Yeah. My husband knows the state capital of every state in the U.S.
Oh, I know a lot of them, but not all. I think your husband could beat me in Trivial Pursuit or whatever.
Yeah. It's close to Hershey Park.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe.
they might want to go there.
Maybe. They're big on outdoor stuff. They like hiking and stuff. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. They're coming end of July.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah.
So it'll be good. All right, so I guess we should get started, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the Morgan bag. This is what we're working on. There are kits available for it. We have a couple of blacks available because I did find more fabric, and then we can also do brown or the pearl color. And so the black one comes with this lining or something similar to it. So the one I'm doing for the kit is, this is a skinny little piece, but you can see it's a really similar color. It's just a little more of a like a taupe color. So the kits, a lot of them will have, it'll be a similar shade or similar look. But that's what the black comes with. The brown is the same basket weave texture of fabric, but then it comes with kind of a dark teal color. And so,
I love the basket weave.
I know, isn't it cool? It's really, I love all the texture. Textures are very popular right now in lots of different things in the bag world.
Yeah, my daughter has one that's brown and beige, so it looks checkered, and I love it. It's
that's
really
cute.
Nice. Yeah.
I wish I'd found that.
Yeah.
Where do I get that?
We'll have to look. We'll keep our eyes out for her. She bought the purse. She didn't make it. So.
And then the final kit is a cream color, and it actually has a red interior. So I tried to get a range of looks for it. It comes with all the hardware. So it comes with the slider and the attachments. It comes with the zippers, the magnets, and it also comes with bag feet. Again, this one doesn't have bag feet because I didn't have them at home when I made the sample. And so you can see in here, it's just a really fantastic bag.
Lots of pockets.
Oh, I forgot. It comes with 2 bonus patterns too. So 2 Tiffini bags, so to speak, patterns. So one is for a toiletry bag, and one is for this just really simple raw edge wallet. And so, but in here you can see there's a big pocket. So over here, if we're putting in a computer, it will hold a 15-inch computer. If you have a 17, you'd have to kind of make it a little bigger. And then in here, we've got a zipper pocket, and we have 2, they kind of expand these pockets here. So really, really nice the way the pattern designer did that. And then of course this zips. Back here is another pocket, and so which I tend to forget to show, but so that is the Morgan bag. So today what we're going to work on is we're going to put the zipper, the zipper strip into the lining, and then we're also going to work on the flap. So we'll be working on this flap. So we'll get our zipper in and get that all put together. So that's today.
Okay.
This will be the last week to purchase Bag Club. I do need to let you guys know, Bag Club, this might be the only one that happens, this quarterly Bag Club that I was talking about, because it has been a lot more work than I thought it would be. And I'm so stressed. I'm so nervous.
Oh no, but you get used to it.
So I worry about everything I picked. So I hope you guys love it. But if you're interested in it, it'll be available today. This will be it, because next week I had promised they will ship or be available for a store pickup. So if you want to, it is still a mystery. And so anyway, I do think it's going to be fun. The patterns and similar kits will be available next week as well. The kits that you get for doing Bag Club are going to be Bag Club exclusive. So the fabrics that I've chosen will only be for those of you who have done the Bag Club. And so thank you, Sally. I think you're going to love it, but again, I just get nervous. So, but again, we'll have different kits, so you'll be able to see the patterns and the kits. The patterns will be available on their own. The book and the major designer pattern will be available on their own. My patterns will only be available as kits. I do think we're going to land on 2 from me because I couldn't decide between the 2, and I like them both a lot. So I think you guys will like those too. So, all right. But that's the Bag Club update. I wanted to kind of let you guys know. I thought it was really fun, but I think we'll do something similar, a little different. This 3-bag surprise is just a lot to put together, and so all right. Just keep swimming. I like that. Thanks, Dean. So, all right, I'm going to get to work. So we're going to start off with the zipper. So if you're playing along with the Morgan bag, that's what we're going to do next. And so the first step is going to be our zipper. And so on here, we need to fold back our zipper.
They seem really excited about it. They say you
Good.
have excellent taste.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I'll try not to worry too much, but I really hope you guys all love it. So if not, just tell me you do. It's okay. All right. So on the zipper, so what we're going to do is we want to fold over our zippers. We've shown you this before, but what I really like to do is basically just hold it. I could use a clip as well. I have my industrial clips here. And what's nice with those is you don't burn your finger, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, so I folded it there. It's hard to see with a black zipper.
Yeah, it looks like you're putting it at right angles, the end.
Yeah, I am. So it's at a right angle there. And what's going to happen is I'm going to trim this just like this.
Right below the stop, right?
Right. So now I'm kind of straight there. And then I'm going to take my dandy. So let's see. It's a lighter. In fact, I stopped at Rollier's and got a brand new one this morning because all of ours seem to have disappeared in our house. It could have something to do with construction. So, all right. So we're just going to burn the edge just a little bit.
Okay. You're going to melt it.
I'm going to melt it and I'm going to pinch it.
Oh, boy.
I know, right? I'm not scared of this. I'm just scared of, putting together a bag club kit for everybody. All right. But look at that. It just holds it together.
Yeah, that's a good trick.
When I've tried to stitch it, my stitches end up a little wonky. Now I'm noticing this is kind of pulling away a little bit. That's okay. But at the same time, if you're like, I don't want it to pull away, guess what? We can just burn it again. Oh, new lighter. So we'll just give it a little bit more. And there we go. Now it's all stuck together. So, and then this side, we're going to do the same thing. We want it to fold the same distance. So what I try and do is just line it up with the end of the zipper there. All right. Put my clip in there. And here we go. All right. Get my fire going. That one went a little longer than I meant for it to, so we got a little line there. This is going to get stitched in though, so if you do burn it just a smidge longer than you mean to, it's not going to matter. But look at that.
Yeah, wow, that's really cool.
So, all right. So that part of the zipper is done. All right. That is my favorite technique for doing it. Okay, so now we're going to make our zipper go this direction and upright. So I've got my zipper pull on the top. All right. Go to the next page. And go like this. Oh, now it wants it upside down. So we're going to take the lining piece, one of the lining pieces, and we're going to put this on here. We lined up on the edge. I'm going to use basting tape. So you'll want basting tape for this if you have it. If not, it is a little challenging, but you could clip it as well. I do strongly recommend basting tape for this, though. And having it open before you're doing a live show,
yeah.
I also recommend.
That's the 1/8 inch wide.
Yes. So whatever size you have, this happens to be what I had, and so. I feel like I reopen one almost every week. I need to do better at keeping it in my tool set. All right. So this stuff is fantastic. So it's got the paper on the outside. We'll just pull that up, lift that up, and we're just going to put it all along here. And then we'll just trim down here at the end. All right, just hold it down again. I just noticed I have a string. There we go. All right, right, then we're just gonna lift up that paper. You want the sticky stuff to stay down, of course. So I'm gonna kind of fold it over because that creases it, and a lot of times that'll help that paper be able to lift up off of there. There it goes. All right, throw that over there. Now, just want to make sure. All right, it wants this open. Okay. Oh, you know what? It wants us to mark a 1/4 inch down here. So when I opened it, I realized on the picture it wants it open, and you're going to put that folded side to the right, which I guess on for you it's left, but to the right. And it's going to come in a 1/4 inch. And so I'm going to just go up here and look where a 1/4 is. All right. We'll mark that 1/4 inch there.
Do you need an iron on or?
It's okay. I have it over at the sewing machine. I can just, I'm not going to mark the whole thing, just that little tab. All right. So then we're going to line this up. You want the zipper head facing down, and then we're just going to line up. We're going to line along the top here. There's our 1/4 inch right over there. And then
here, I'll hold it there. We'll hold it in place.
Yeah, the tape's got it now, but push it down really well. Are you going to stay the whole time with me?
Yeah, I will.
I thought I just had Joni for the intro. Yeah. I got Joni.
Unless they want me for something, I don't know.
All right, so we've got that one on there. And then what we're going to do, let's see, zip right side down, matching edges. And then we're going to do basting tape on the other one. Right? Let's see, I got to reread this. I read it this morning, but let's see. Place the zipper right side down. Okay. All right. Here we go. We've got that. Run another line of basting tape along the top edge on the wrong side of the zip. So we're going to put that on here. Then place one lining zip bridge G down on top of it. Oh, you know what I did wrong?
What?
I always do something wrong. So that was supposed to be on the line, the exterior.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So you still have your...
I still have my tape on there. We'll see.
I'm
going to go to the corner. This is really hard to see. I'm sorry, guys. I probably should have used a different colored zipper.
And you're starting a 1/4 inch.
I'm starting a 1/4 inch over. And then I'm going to press this down, and we're going to hope for the best with this, that basting tape stays on there. Mine's staying on pretty well. Yeah. Good. All right. And then we're going to, now what we're going to do is we're going to put the tape on top of here, and then we're going to put this on top of that.
Okay, so you put right sides together.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
All right. So, a little too far down there. Go. It's very sticky. Keeps grabbing at my fingers, so I'm trying to. All right. Okay. So again, we're going to kind of pinch that so that it creases, and we should be able, yep, there it goes, to just lift that off of there. All right. And now we're doing the right sides together. All right. Perfect. So now, double check we're doing this right. So from the line at the closed zipper end, so that's down here, and we're going to go across the top here along the zipper, and we're going to come back down this direction. And so we'll clip the corners, and then we're going to repeat on the other side. So we're going to go over to the sewing machine. We'll do that real quick. We will use our zipper foot, our narrow one. So I'm going to switch the feet really quick over here.
Okay.
And so there we go. All right, I'm just switching the foot, so nothing exciting, but I had my walking foot on because the walking foot is our friend. We love that for making all our bags. All right, here we go. And again, I'm going to use, I don't know if we're on. So I've got the narrow zipper foot is what I'm going to use. This is another tool that I just can't imagine doing this without. It's really nice. So here we go. All right. All right, so I'm using stitch 2 because that puts the needle over to the left, and that gets us on the other side of the zipper foot. And then I'm going to just leave it at a 2.5 millimeter stitch length. So we're just going to go here. I'm actually just going to use the side of the foot to line up with the side of the fabric. Give a little knot here at the end. All right, and here we go. And I'm guiding it from the front and the back. Just kind of keep it straight. I'm just going to go down this side and then down the end. Getting close to where that's folded over, so I just want to be careful as we go over. You want to get just past that, and then we'll turn. I think I have one more stitch to go. There we go. Let's see if I lined up. So I'm just checking now to see if I lined up with the edge, and I did, so I'm ready to go. Stitch and then knot. All right, so now we're going to go back to the other table. I apologize, a lot of moving around. We're going to trim off our edges on the corners, and then we're going to flip it, and we'll do the other side. And so. All righty. So again, are we on? Yep, we're on. Here we go. All right, okay. We're all lit up again. Okay, so let me double check. So it said to trim that off. We're going to flip it. So we're just going to flip that through. Look how neat that looks.
It looks really cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so what we'll end up doing is top stitching around here. And so now if you were using regular cotton fabric or something that you could actually press, you could certainly press that at this time and really get that moved down there. We're going to finger press this down and then probably use a clip or two just to sort of hold it in place. And so, but it just turns out really neat using this method. So, all right. I feel like I was supposed to do this end, but it doesn't say to do that. So, right?
Let's See, no, it was just one
left
one
it
end.
open there. All right. So there we go. Got another string. All right, so now we'll do the other side. Same thing. You know, maybe I'll clip these down a little bit just because they look pretty messy at the moment.
They're just.
Hi, Ruth Ann. Got Dean and Marilyn, Debbie, Sherry, all kinds of people. And there's some sort of comment up there.
Well,
and North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Yeah, Jean.
Yes, Ruth Ann says use a seam roller.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'll kind of press it without heat, right?
Exactly, exactly. All right, so that's kind of out of our way now. So I just want to double check we've got everything going on the up. That's what we want. And so now we're going to do the same thing over here. So we're going to put our basting tape on here. I should have done one side at home so you didn't have to watch me do the same thing twice. But here we go. I should probably take the paper off, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't seem to want to stick. What's my problem? All right, so again, we're going to go over 1/4 inch. And so I didn't mark it, but I'm kind of guessing a little bit.
Yeah, that's easy to guess at, right?
Yeah. All right, so we've pressed that down. And now we're going to put another piece on there, and we'll add our other piece of lining, and that will have that done for us. There we go. So, Joni, I feel like you've been going on some little trips, like Baltimore and stuff. Anything interesting?
Well, I went there for my granddaughter's first communion. And
I saw the dress. It was very pretty.
Yeah.
They all look so sweet, all those little girls.
Yeah, they did. It was fun. And then I went for Easter, I went to D.C. to see the cherry blossom.
How were the cherry blossoms?
Really
I've never made it on the
really
right time.
I my friend said, we were worried that there wouldn't be any left when I got there because it was the end of March and we had a warm spring. And my friend saw a cherry blossom tree around. She goes, "Take a look here."
We got them.
But what I saw, and it was very nice. And it was everything I didn't expect it to be like that at all.
There's a lot, and they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you still had it.
Yeah. And you could tell some of them were so old, like the branches come way down, and they'll say low branches so you don't hit your head as you're walking around. So it was really nice. I told my daughter every time I come to DC, I want to do something touristy.
Oh,
she usually doesn't like that kind of stuff because she lived in New York and she didn't want to do touristy.
And now you're like, we're doing touristy stuff.
But I said
she's
I wanted
got to accommodate
that.
Mama. Do you need Joni?
Oh, Mike. Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. So Joni's going to step out.
Okay.
I knew we only had her for the beginning, so we're going to go over and let's see. I see Gloria's watching every move I make. All right, so we're going to go back to the sewing machine and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to just stitch along here and go down the end, and then we'll go ahead while we're over there, we'll top stitch on these and get that step done. I'm going to take our book with us, our pattern. So if there's anything else I can do over there before I pop back, we've got that taken care of.
Company called about roof tomorrow. Need roof copy. Sounds like they are stressed about a ring 5 times. Okay.
Are you good for me to start?
Which one do you want? Which do you?
All right. So again, 1/4 inch seam allowance is what I'm using. I'm using the edge of my narrow zipper foot as my guide. I'm going to go ahead and back stitch. I forgot to knot it. So we'll do that real quick. And there we go. turn, and I'm just checking that it's
Hi,
lined up.
this
and it
is
looks
Joan Doyle
beautiful.
calling. I got a message. Hi,
There
how are
we
you?
go.
How are you? Okay.
All right. Now, if you have your stiletto, this is a great time to use it.
Okay.
We
have narrowed it down to 2. I just wanted to ask an
have
opinion.
that basting tape in there, so that's really great.
I'm
That's
sorry, I
helping to
did
hold
chestnut
this.
and heather.
So,
Well,
Did
my
Joni take off
husband
her
liked
mic?
the materials that chestnut was made out of. And I guess
I didn't
one
know if
was
she
a
took
little
her
bit,
mic off.
the chestnut's
She's
a
back
little
with Zach
darker
in
and it
that
has,
area on the
looks
phone.
like more
All
variation.
right. I feel like I kind of went off
okay.
that 1/4 inch,
Okay.
so I'm just
Okay,
gonna
I'm sorry.
come back and recheck it.
Good catch. Good catch.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I don't think. Oh, it looks like a couple people commented.
Joni's mic is on. Okay.
All right.
Good catch.
There we go. So again, 1/4 inch, all the way down. Sorry, we missed that mic before, guys.
That was a bogey. We're not used to making that mistake. I feel like we've gotten to a point where we've gotten pretty good with taking it off.
Yeah, I think because it was she wasn't expecting to go exactly then. Let's see. I think I have some scissors over here. Sorry to reach in. If not, I don't want to. Not the type of scissors I would typically use for this, but we're going to just go ahead and trim that corner. I'm trying to save us from going back over to the other table. So again, I'm just trimming that off. And then this one will get turned just like the other one did. So really nice and clean. And then we're going to go ahead and clip that, and we're going to just top stitch around. And so.
Maybe they learned something from what Joni was talking about.
Maybe. I think it was pretty personal, so I hope there wasn't anything too crazy on there. But
yeah.
All right, so
That's
here
my
we go.
mistake.
So here we go. So again, I'm going to use the edge of the foot, and I'm going to line it up with the side here. All right. I might switch to the walking foot. It's hard with the zipper on here, but it might work a little better. We've got quite a bit of thickness, so if you're struggling using your regular, in fact, I'm going to increase my stitch length. So I'm going to move it up to a 3.5. And I'm just going to go nice and slow. I think that'll work. There we go. The 3.5, it's moving just fine. All right, I'm going to keep kind of adjusting this. There we go. I wish I'd thought of that roller trick that Ruth Ann said. That would have been really clever for doing this. I think that would have worked really nicely. So if you're doing this bag and you have a roller, I would highly recommend trying that. I think that would help with these seams. All right, here we go. We're getting down to that corner. Show you that. All right, so we've stitched down the side. You can kind of see I used a blue thread, so you can kind of see it on there. Typically I would use coordinated thread, but I thought I would try and make it so you could see it a little bit at least. And so you can see on the back turns out really nicely too. And so, all right, now we'll do the other side, and that will make our zipper bridge. Just going to clip these in here real quick. Oh, sorry, I think it's clicking away. That probably isn't very nice on the sound. All right, so I'm going to start down here. Same thing. I'm going to line up with the side of my foot, and I'm going use this 3.5 millimeter stitch length. If you have your stiletto, it's a little easier than pushing it like I just did. Well, Ruth Ann, we just saw Keith before we started, so yeah. I didn't get a joke of the day though. I'm a little disappointed. I didn't think to ask.
They said he was there for a demonstration of a machine, and nobody would
demonstrate a
nobody
machine
would demonstrate
for.
the machine. It was kind of.
I don't know. We had a vendor here for fabrics, and he was definitely giving his opinion of which ones he liked and thought we should bring into the shop. So he had good choices. He has very good taste. So he's been hanging out with Ruth Ann long enough. I think he knows what he's doing. All right, so now we have our zipper bridge done. I'm going to just zip it up so you can kind of see what that looks like. So very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. All right, so our next step is to sew it to the centers of the lining main panel C, which we had created the whole lining interior. So that's what we're going to grab, and we're going to attach it to that. So we'll go back over to the table. I'm so sorry, PJ. I'm really moving you around a lot today.
That's okay.
So here we go. All right.
Get the light turned back on.
Hello, everyone.
Whoa.
And here I am. All right, so we had created this last week. So this is our lining. You can see we had done our pockets and our small zipper. We had done our big pocket over here. So all of this was already done last week. So we got a lot accomplished last week. I'm hoping we can get a bunch done this week, although it's this and the flap for this week. And so, so the lining, we're gonna want us to match up centers. So it says to open up our zipper. So we're going to open that back up. I closed it to sort of show you. And so let's see. We want to go. Sorry, I'm trying to get this lined up the right way. Here we go. So we're going to center that on there. Just basically goes the full length of that. All right, let's double check something. I want to make sure we're not missing a step. See, it seemed to, I think I messed up something on here. It said just a stitch here, but then now it's saying to stitch on all three sides. Here's where I'm going to cheat and look at this other one. Yeah, that's what I thought. So on here, we are actually supposed to, it looks like fold it in and then stitch. So I'm going to just pull that out. I need a seam ripper, which is over at the machine. So PJ, you don't have to move with me. This will just take me a second to grab my seam ripper. I brought it with me because I know how this goes. And so here we go. I'm back, guys. So there's my seam ripper. Don't look too closely at the bag. It has clues to Bag Club. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these seams out. We're going to just fold that under. Let's see. I'm going to do it from the lining side so I don't put any holes in that leather. We can just get it started. Here we go. This is part of why I should have done one at home. Then I would know that I was making a mistake in how I did it. So, all right. That's all right.
I'll be back.
All right.
I just have to go home for a few minutes. Okay. All right.
Bye. Thanks for coming in with me.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So Joni's heading out. And so, all right, here we go. So I'm going to kind of cheat on this. Fold that down. Fold this one down to meet it. All right, there we go. So I apologize, guys. So I pulled out those stitches so that I had it out. So I pulled it out so I had a little bit of space on there, and then I just folded these down and then matched them up. And so fold them in this direction. Same thing with this one. And then I just lined them up. So what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll stitch along there. And if you wanted, you could put some basting tape in there and that would help hold it. So I'm going to do that on both sides. Wouldn't be a good show without a little seam ripping, right? There we go. This was me sewing this weekend. I was trying to make samples for our bag club, and the one with the pattern, easy to follow pattern, but for whatever reason, I just kept doing it my own way, and I had to pull that thing apart so many times. I think I could have made 4 of them in the amount of time it took me to make one. So.
Keith says, tell Tiff all of my passwords are protected by amnesia.
Thanks, Keith. I appreciate the joke of the day.
I don't do a great job of telling it like he does. He usually gets me.
Yeah, he's funny. I enjoy him. All right.
I was supposed to wait a minute and say
amnesia. All right, so again, I'm just going to fold these back. So I'm putting wrong sides together on each side and then folding them down. That zipper inside there. All right, get the lining side. Nope. All right. Got it. All right. So we needed to do that. So we're going to go back, fix that. But before we do, I want to tell you the next thing what we'll do is we're going to be putting our zipper in here. So we'll be lining this up in here. That's part of how I knew I messed up because it was a little too long. So this is going to go in there. It goes pretty much the whole distance from seam to seam. And so we're going to go ahead. I'll clip those in there, and you'll be putting your lining sides together. You want to make sure that your zipper doesn't twist in your sides. And so I tend to like to, it said to leave it open. I tend to like to zip it closed. It helps me do it. Rita. Oh, all right. Here we go. So I'm going to go back over to the sewing machine. I'm going to miss the comments now, though. So any more jokes, you have to wait for me, or PJ's going to have to read them off. So I'm going to take my seam ripper with me. I'm optimistic, but if I take it with me, it's like a rainy day. You take your umbrella, and it won't rain. So here we go. All right. So again, we're going to go back, fix our little mistake here. Start up here at the top, put in a little knot. Again, I'm using the 3.5 millimeter for doing the top stitching on here. All right, so there, now we are stitched on 3 sides, and so that is exactly what we want. I'm going to get this one lined up over here. Oh. All right. Come on. We're going to lift our needle up because it's catching underneath a little bit. There we go. And if you have your, I can't think of the right word. You know, that thing you push with that's really sharp.
Stiletto?
Thank you. I'm like, my brain like did not want to come up with that word. So if you have your stiletto, that would have been a great time to use it because it is pretty bulky in there. All right, so now we have fixed our mistake. I'm gonna just zip this because I don't want to have it twist like that and put it in the wrong way. So now we're going to go ahead and add this to here. Doesn't really matter which side you go to first, but you want the faux leather on top or your exterior fabric. You want your lining on the inside. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to put this down in here. I'm going to see if it, yeah, mine just barely fits. So we're going to just go ahead and tuck that in there. Get that right down there. So I'll do this side first and then we'll go and we'll do the other side. So on this, I'm going to just turn this, make sure I'm not doing anything crazy this time. Yes, so it went to 1/4 inch seam allowance. And good. You know what though? We are going to switch feet because the zipper foot is no longer what we need. Get this out. So I really like using a walking foot, and this is that digital dual feed walking foot that came with the Solaris. I'm sure it came with some other ones too, but I highly recommend using a walking foot. And it doesn't take much to put this on. All right. I'm going to go ahead and switch our stitch to number 4. All right, and on here, you can kind of see on the walking foot there are some lines. So with me having it on the 4, the needle is going to be in the center. So that means the line lines up with the 1/4 inch. So kind of, I don't know if you can see it better when I drop the foot. But that means I can just go ahead and use that line on the foot to keep track of whether or not I'm in the right spot on this. And so just pull that down. All right. I'm going to back stitch. I'm like, why is it not working right? I didn't plug it in. goes. So my wheel was not turning, it was fighting with me. I knew something was not going right. So here we go. Much better. So if you have it plugged in, that little wheel in there is going to help move everything along just the way you want it to. I do like to hold the front and the back because we've got so much weight from the lining. It does tend to kind of pull over that direction a little bit. So I'm not pulling with my hands, I'm just supporting it and keeping it straight on that line. All right, almost there. Let's make sure we stay up in here. All right, and again, I'm just back stitching and then putting in a quick knot. All right, so 1/4 inch all the way along that side. We're going to do the other side now. Oops, sorry. So now we do want to unzip, but we know we've got it going the right direction. We're not twisted or anything. And so we're just going to line this up on the edge. Now this side is going to be a little thicker because you have your tab that's going to be inside there. So just again, take your time. Finish opening that up. Do notice I have a little bit of that basting tape on here, so we'll go ahead and we'll take that off when we're done. It just pulls off. All right. There we go. All right. So again, 1/4 inch. Sure I've got everything out of the way. All right, so that little red line is what I'm using as my 1/4 inch mark. Put in a knot. An extra string here. We're going to pull that out of the way. All right. If you have any trouble going through these thicker layers, I highly recommend going a little slower, using a heavier needle. So I like the jeans needles. I use either a 90-14 or the 116, and they work really well for me. And Steve really likes the stretch needles as well. If you're getting skip stitches, that can really make a big difference. And so, there we go. Almost done with this piece. As we finish this seam, then we will have our zipper completely installed, which is great. Then we'll get started on our flap. All right, a little knot in there. All right. Okay, so we now have our zipper in there. Oops, zip that up. You can kind of see. Not very pretty right now, I'm not gonna lie. But it's getting there. All right, so we're gonna take our pattern back over because we're gonna get started on our flap. So that's gonna be some different pieces. All right.
Backwards walk. Okay,
Poor PJ, he's moving back and forth and he's got a cord attached.
Yeah, we're going wireless. So,
yeah, I think we've been wireless before. Maybe it's a new system, new setup.
Yeah.
Maybe it works better if people aren't going back and forth like I seem to do. So, alrighty. So next is going to be our flap. And so we'll start off, you want your exterior B fabric, so that's your flap, and you want that exterior one. I trimmed a little bit around here. I probably could have done a better job, but you do want to trim around those edges where your seams are and get some of that extra foam out. In fact, I'm going to do it around this corner over here. So if you didn't do it already, go ahead, do it now. Not a big deal. And so we have Alex in here. So this is a big like Lowry day because we were just talking about your grandfather and he was telling us a joke. So, all right, so we've got B here. And then you're also going to want your L1, which is going to be your zipper, what do they call it? Like a zipper facing, pocket facing. So I'm going to use, I need a ruler. I have one in my little thing. There we go. I think I do. I packed it this morning, I did. All right, so on here, we're going to mark, we are going to mark the 3/4 inch from the long edge. So I'm going to go on here. I think you can see. So I'm just marking 3/4 inch. And I thought I had a heat erase. I do. So we'll use the heat erase. All right, there we go. And same thing on this side. So to leave about a 1/2 inch, it will be a 1/2 inch space in there. And then I think we go in an inch on either side. Yeah, from each short. Here we go. So we'll go an inch and create a rectangle, a little box inside of there. So again, we're going an inch from the ends, and then we'll do a 1/4 inch down the middle of that, because we want to do that in half. All right, and then we're just gonna, a little box there. There we go, get our little triangle points. All right, now, so we've got that mark. So that's our L1. So you can see I had L1 on here for marking my part, or my piece. And then we're going to mark on here. We're gonna go over, let's see, we did that. The left edge of the pocket facing 1 3/4 inch from the left edge. So we're going to go 1 3/4 inch. And so that's right here. So that's where we're going to go. It's hard to see this. I wish I had my chalk liner. I don't have it with me today. I'm sorry, guys. But I made a little line for me to see. So this is going to line up the edge. One edge of this is going to line up with that. And then from the bottom, I think it was pretty close. So 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. So we're going to go really close to the edge. Down here, we have that seam already kind of made up. So it kind of goes into that corner. So we're going to go right there. So you can see I just went up just a smidge. So that's 1/8 of an inch essentially. And then I'm at this 1 3/4 over here. And so I'm actually going to mark both sides now that I have it sitting here. And I'll mark just a little bit up there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to stitch around this box, and then we're going to cut through it and flip it to the other side. Let me see if there's anything I should take to the sewing machine though with me before I do that. Let's see. We're going to be making another zip pocket on here. You know what, let's just do one step at a time because I tend to get confused and we don't want to pull out that seam ripper again. What thread are you sewing? So I am using just a polyester thread. I do not recommend using cotton. I recommend a polyester because of the strength, because bags tend to get kind of used a lot, moved around a lot. So, okay, we're going to go over, we're going to work on this, get that in there, and then we'll make the pocket for the inside and then attach it, and that'll be kind of it, I think, for our flap today. So here. Okay. Now I don't want to use like the basting tape or anything on this because we are going to be flipping it to the inside. So while it would be nice to have it held in place, it would make it a little more work for undoing it. I'm going to just add a little clip to the bottom to help hold it in place. And so I'm going to start here at this corner and work my way around. I think that'll help with holding it all together. And so you can kind of see that line there. It's very hard to see. I apologize. Again, this is where using a chalk marker would be perfect. That is sometimes the challenge of coming in and doing a show in a studio, because we don't always have all the things we want, and I don't always think of everything beforehand. All right, so I hit that point, so I'm starting at that point. Again, I'm keeping track of where that line is, and I'm just going to stitch around the outer box. And so I do have this at a 2.5, and so I may actually drop this to a 2 millimeter. Reason for that is when this flips, it takes a bit of strain, and so I'm going to just do a quick little back stitch, and then off we go. And again, just take your time. Go. I just about lost those little duckbill scissors.
Could you use paper tape on the facing?
Yeah, you could do that. That'd be a good idea. I just didn't think of it. All right, so now we've sewn all around that. Take off our extra string here. Oh, maybe I'm not. There we go. All right, so what I like to do, so what we want to do is we're going to cut along this inner line, and we're going to cut these little triangles. And so, when I say triangles, we're just going to cut from here to the point, which I'll show you in a minute. But I like to just fold this in half-ish, and then I'm just going to cut along this folded edge just enough to be able to then get my scissors in there. So you can see I didn't cut very far. And then I'll just go ahead and I'll finish that cut up to here. I'm going to go the other direction too, and then I'll cut those little lines because I'll have more flexibility on the fabric. And we'll just go right over to that corner, just being very careful that you do not snip through the threads. There we go. And now for the other side. All right, and now we're going to just go ahead and we're going to push this to the other side. And I'll just show you on the other side as soon as I get a couple more clips in here what we've done. you can see, now we have a finished edge on the front, and then we're going to be creating a pocket with a zipper. So that zipper will then show through there. So that's what it looks like on the back. And on the front, we have a finished edge. So I'm not sure if it wants me to top stitch or not. Let's check real quick. Okay, so it doesn't want us to top stitch at the moment. So I think once we put the zipper in, then we'll be top stitching on it. So we're gonna create the pocket now. So we're gonna go back over. Sorry, PJ.
All good. Okay, so instead of doing the backwards walk, I'm just gonna
let me move, and then you'll probably best. All right, so we're setting our flap aside for a minute, but I'll kind of put it up there so you guys can see it. And then I'll get our other pieces. All right, so I'm going to take a quick sip of tea while we get readjusted. Okay. So we have L3, I think. Double check. All right. The right side of zip pocket L3. Okay. So here's L3. So this is our pocket piece, and we want to do right side up, and we're going to add our basting tape. Do you want the light on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Without blinding you. There we go.
I appreciate not blinding me. All right. Ooh. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get that off of there.
How much is the bag class?
The bag class for this, there's no charge for this. The bag kit, we could certainly put it in the bubble. I apologize. I don't actually set prices, so I don't know how much it is. I have a general idea, but I don't want to say a number and then be wrong. And so,
let's see here. We've got sale price $62.95.
$62.95. That is quite a deal. So $62.95 will get you any of the different kits. We do have a limited number of the black. The brown, I currently have enough fabric for a couple of those. However, I can get more of the brown basket weave, and I can get more of the white. So, all right. So we've got right side up, add a line of double-sided basting to the upper edge on the right side of the zip pocket bottom, shown in beige fabric. Place the remaining zipper so that it matches the exterior. So we're doing right side up on the zipper. I'm going to move it over just a smidge. Here we go. I'm just giving it a good press just with my finger to make it stick. It sticks nicely. All right. Let's see. All right. I think we should have another L2. Is this the other L2? Yes. Okay. So L2 is our other pocket. So we're going to have an exterior piece and you're going to have a lining piece. So that's what I was looking for. Although I may have, if you used my changed cutting directions, I believe I used 2 lining pieces instead of a lining piece and an exterior piece. Somehow in transporting from last week to this week, I accidentally lost my L pieces, so I had to recut them before. So you wanted to know, oh, the monthly cost. So it's a quarterly. It was a quarterly thing that I did. I believe it's $129.95 or something like that this week. And then this will be like I said, this will be the last week for selling the whole thing, and then you'll be able to buy pieces of it, just different fabrics for for if you want to do it.
124.88.
120. Oh, so we still have the sale price on there. It was 119 the original week, and then it's gone up. It went up to 124.88 last week. I thought we were bumping it another $5 this week, but we stayed at the 124.88. So, so that's what we have for it, and it is it's materials for 3 bags. There's a book, a professional pattern. There's 2 patterns of my own that are based on trends. If you saw the show where I went to England, I kind of showed some sneak peeks of different things I saw there that were on trend. And so the bags definitely fit within that. And so you get all of that. And again, all the materials to make 3 different bags. And then there's a lot of goodies that went in there too. We found some fantastic things. And so next week when we do it, I'll probably do a bit of an unveiling so that you'll get to see what all is in it. So we'll finish this bag next week, I hope. And then we'll do an unveiling of the kit for the Quarterly Bag Ladies Club. And then potentially have individual kits next week. If we don't have them next week, I'm debating on it because I feel like you bag ladies that signed up for it, I feel like you should at least get a little head start on the projects, and then we'll have those as well. So I hope that answers some of the questions. I know it's a bit fluid, never done this before, and so I was really excited about it. Still excited about it. I think there's some really great projects in there. I think you're really gonna love it. And so it looks like there's a little sneak peek on the picture.
There's a video with the product, and that'll take you to when you talked about it.
Oh, good. So PJ kind of has it pulled up. I don't know if that's pulled up for them to see or if that's, but if you click on the product, I think it takes you to a link. So, all right, I'm going to get back to this because I do want to try and get this flap done, and we have a few things to show you today too. So, all right, so it says to top stitch on here, and then but then we're going to be adding this as well, but we have to flip it. Okay, so we do have to stitch twice. All right, so we're going to take the book over with us. We've got this taped on here. We're going to go ahead and stitch on there, and then we'll add this. I'm going to take our basting tape with us because I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to need that. And I'm trying to save PJ from going over too many times, although I'm not doing a very good job today. All right, everyone, I'm heading over to the machine again. So, all right. Alrighty.
Okay.
So we want a scant 1/4 inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to straight stitch left, which is number 2. I'm going to try and use my walking foot on here. I'm going to open up my zipper so I don't have that in the way. Oops, I caught my, just be careful when you do it, you don't catch your, so if I get that out of the way, I think I can get away with it. And so again, I've got my needle all the way over. I'm just trying not to have to switch my feet. I'm being lazy, so let's see how we do. All right. Not too bad. We're going to be stitching this again, so. It's giving me just enough room that my needle's to the far left, and I'm able to line up my zipper with the center line on here. So it's probably closer to 1/8 of an inch, but it was calling for a scant 1/4, so I think we can get away with that. And so let's see on there. I'm gonna double check we caught everything on the back since we're a little narrow. So there we go. All right. So next, so we did that. And fold the zipper over to the wrong side of the fabric and press into place. So now we've got the wrong side over here. And so I'm going to zip it back up, but you can see how that is there. All right. And now We're not top stitching yet, but we're going to add another line of double-sided tape to the upper edge of this on the right side. And so there we go. So this is our L3. I think it's L3, maybe it's L2. L2. Ugh. These numbers are so similar. I kind of wish it was a bit different. That's okay. So that's part of our pocket. Trying to get our paper off. Try to do it that direction. Oh, that one doesn't want to come off, so we're going to do this side. All right. There we go. That one's better. All right, so you can see I've got my double-sided tape on there. And then, so for whatever reason, they did this kind of upside down. So we're going to do it the same way as the picture. So if you're following along at home with your picture, I want you to see what we've got going on. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to line up this other side with it. And it has it right side up. We just want to make sure our pockets are lined up. So my left and my right are lined up nicely on there. Let's see where my tape kind of a little off. There we go. So again, I'm just pressing down on that really well. And then we're going to do, again, a scant 1/4 inch. So we're going to stitch along that side. I'm going to open this up again, just because I think it's a little easier without that zipper head in the way. All right, so here we go. Get that kind of the way. So again, I'm using stitch 2. I have the 2.5 millimeter. I still have my walking foot on. I kind of was able to get away with that. If you wanted to use your zipper foot though, so that you could have more control of exactly where you stitched, that would certainly work. Okay, so there's that. All right. Push this open so we can see what that looks like. So I know it kind of seems weird because the zipper is face down, but that's exactly what we want because this is the inside of our pocket. What a beautiful pocket we've made. So let's see here. So our 2 sides. So flip it over. Oops. I'll let you look at it. I don't know if it. Now it says to press them out. Because I'm using the faux leather, I'm just not going to. And now we're about to add this to the flap. So actually, I may have PJ grab the pad,
Sure.
Flap for us so he doesn't have to go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind, it's just the one sitting right on top of there that we used before. Nope, to your right. There you go. Thank you. All right, so we have our flap now. And what's cool is we're going to turn our zipper upside up. So you can see we've got, let's sort of try and press that down. But when we turn this up, our zipper is going to be right in the center of that. So now again, we've got a lot of bulk in here, so we're going to have to be careful how we do all of this, but you can see that's where our zipper is going to be. So let's see on here. I think that's all we need to do is put it like that. We want that on that side. We got the zipper at the top. Now I think because of how bulky this is, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim our foam interfacing away from the seam to make it lay a little nicer. And so we'll get that done right now. Just be careful that you don't cut anything else. And this cutting is really more for Chelsea because I know she loves the sound of zipper cutting. I don't know if she's watching today. I heard PJ was talking to their little one earlier. So little one's awake. I would imagine Chelsea's kind of busy because
she's a handful. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember having toddlers. There is a reason God makes them cute because otherwise I don't think they would survive. At least I don't think mine would have.
No. Yep. Same with Avery. She likes to get into pretty much everything.
Yeah, and like toddler stage is so hard because they think they can do anything. I mean, it's kind of like teenagers too. I think I've got teenagers at the moment, but they just feel like they can do anything, and they like want to climb the stairs.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Climbing thing, my goodness. So I wanted to just wrap them in bubble wrap. Like here, we'll get through these couple of years and then I'll unwrap you again. All right, so you can see I took away a lot of that bulk. So this will be able to lay a lot nicer. Now I do think, let's see. So it says not to top stitch before, but I am struggling with how we're going to be able to keep everything lined up in here. All right. Make it look nice. All right. So we got our zipper head. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to open our zipper. And the reason I'm going to do that is I'm able to fold this over, but I think if we put this up here, we can put those clips on here and line up the zipper. And that way, as we go to stitch, we can just have it all clipped together. Especially since we use that faux leather inside. It's not gonna, you want to leave enough room for that zipper, so you want about 1/8 of an inch of fabric showing. All right, and I know I feel like I'm wrestling with this thing today. All right, there we go. Saw PJ pull up his phone.
Yeah.
I thought maybe there was a picture of Avery coming to us. So, all right. So I'm just going to take my time and I'm going to sort of zip this up just a smidge. You can see that zipper in there. And the reason I want to do that is I want to start over here. I'm going to go across.
There are pictures, yeah.
Are you putting pictures
I love
up
the
of
pictures.
it?
No, I should though. She just found the little bubble vacuum thing that like, you push along.
Yeah, is it a vacuum
called.
or a lawnmower? The boys had a lawnmower that was amazing, like best entertainment during the summer ever.
I think it's supposed to be a vacuum.
Oh, okay.
It
could be new. My boys are teenagers, so they could have
the lawnmower. Yeah.
Well, there could be now a vacuum cleaner too, because why not?
There should be a lawnmower. We should get one of those.
The lawnmower is the best because then they're outside burning off all that energy. I feel like sunshine just wears them out. And so, all right. And I know I'm doing this a little awkwardly. We probably could use some basting tape or something like that too to help, or even just baste this, even though it says not to. I feel like that would be a good way to go about it. All right. Now again, I have a blue thread in. I highly recommend you use a matching thread and not blue. And so, but I'm going to go around using about 1/8 of an inch. looking. Looks good. I just keep kind of pulling on things, making sure I've got them over as well as I can. On here, we can stretch out our stitch length. I'm probably going to do just a 3 on it. Yeah, go ahead, PJ.
Are we in the center? How are we able to see like where the center of things are with this piece of fabric?
Oh, so the zipper is going in the center. So it's a little challenging to see.
Okay, let's see. If
yeah, if you can kind of zoom in there, you can see I was lining this up. We want about 1/8 of an inch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you could use the basting tape like we've been using a lot today, and that would definitely help. I'm gonna zip this up a little further as we go up. Again, if you're using like a cotton fabric, it would be a lot easier because you'd be able to press all of these seams under, and it would be easier to kind of manage that. But,
I guess we're going for the zipper, and maybe it looks like we're sewing on a piece of fabric behind it.
Yeah, that fabric is going to be turned. So this fabric went all the way around. So this side is already tucked under. I use the clips to hold it under. And then we're going to be moving that under and clipping it here in just a moment. So I'm actually going to, I had my zipper head here to kind of keep it lined up. We are going to be changing that here in just a second. I'm just going to make sure this fabric goes tucked all the way under. And here we go. I'll finish this seam. All right, and now I'm going to move that zipper head because it's really hard to...
I think Susan's trying to help us out.
Is she?
To see if she's.
She says,
if
look
this
at the
is
pattern.
helpful.
Oh, she says, don't sew. Look at the pattern. Uh-oh. I did something wrong. Susan. Let's see. No, it's telling me to stitch around it. I think we're okay using a 1/8 seam allowance. So I think we're okay. Now it probably had a better step for how to put this on there, but we're gonna just continue with my method here. All right, so we're gonna, I think this one, go over just a little bit. All right. I'm going to re-zip this so that as we turn, oh, I got a little thread in there. There we go. Yeah, this was definitely a little awkward for showing you guys. I'm sorry. So we've got that. I pulled the zipper back up, and the reason I did that is I wanted my zipper teeth to come back up here. And so I'm pulling those. I'm holding them down underneath. There we go. Come on. All right. We're just going to kind of slowly go down here. There we go. So, you know, I do think I did something wrong here. But that, so it gives you the open. And then, oh, Susan, what did I do? I think Susan might have been right. I should have read a little closer. Oh, shoot, guys. So we were supposed to get this done today, and I think I'm going to be seam ripping at home. So let me read the patterns like Susan suggested. Susan, I should listen more to you or bring you in. I think you should be in here with me.
Yeah, Susan, thank you. She tried to warn us.
She did. I didn't listen. All right. So
it's good to even when this kind of thing happens, like, because it could happen to them at home, right?
Right, exactly. So if you are following along, back up a bit and stop. Yeah, so it was saying to use the double-sided basting tape, and so unfortunately today's class is kind of a wash. We got that zipper done really well, and but I'm going to go ahead at home. I'm going to pull out this seam, and next week we will come back and do it over again. I think we had up to the point of getting our zipper on here, I think we were doing fantastic. So what we'll do next week is we will go back and we will correctly do this after looking at the pattern, just like you suggested, Susan, and we'll get that straightened out. So I do think that means it may take us next week plus the following week to get this bag finished, but I do want to make sure we've got it done right. So I apologize. I should have, even though Susan was telling me and I saw that, I thought, no, I've got this. So, all right.
Well, it's a good learning.
It is a good learning experience. That's right. And I have a feeling that our time is getting later.
Mm-hmm.
And so
just go up there to
yeah, we'll go up there and we'll finish up.
Okay.
And so
sure. Watch your step.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. All right. So here's what the flap is supposed to look like. You can kind of see on here.
Okay, so let's see what the flap.
This is our flap, what it was supposed to look like. We're kind of close. Now the inside of this one was all black, and so this one showed it and this one didn't. So, but once I think we fix this, I think it'll be tucked away inside. And so
no problem. We're here to learn. That's what they're saying.
That's right. Sometimes I think, Sherry. All right. So sometimes we learn what not to do in this class. And so that is unfortunately what we just did. So all right. But we do want to so we're going to do the kind of the sales side.
Let's see.
We disappeared for a second.
Yep, we're back. Okay.
All right. So the first thing we'd already talked about, if you want to make the bag, but you're waiting for us to finish, I know we're not going to quite finish when we planned, but we're working on it. So we've got the Morgan Messenger bag, the pattern. It took us a little while to get them, but we do have them in stock again, which is fantastic. Really love Mrs. H bags. I think she does a great job. You've probably seen a little bit of glimpses in there. Just lots and lots of pictures. The only thing I would critique about this one is she used a cream color, and I struggled with that in some of the pictures seeing it, but the written instructions are amazing and very, very detailed. And so really like her pattern. So again, that's the Morgan Messenger bag. Comes in 2 sizes. So we are making the large size, which is 14.5 by 12 by 4. And then there's a smaller version that's 11.5 by 9 by 3.5. And so it does, the large one holds a 15-inch laptop. And so 15.4 inch it says. So anyway, that is the pattern. If you get a kit, the kit comes with bonus patterns. So the kits come with the little dot kit, so like a little travel case, so you can kind of see. And there's enough fabric in the kit to be able to make these 2 things. So you can do that as well as the little wallet to go along with it. And so, so yeah. we talked about the kits earlier, but there are 3 versions. We've got the black basket weave, and it comes with all the hardware you need. It does not come with the interfacing. And so we do sell that separately. Part of that is we know that you may have a kind of a supply of that. I know I've got a lot at home that I use. It's kind of why we do the patterns separate, so you could get multiple kits and only pay for the supplies that you need to make multiple bags. I know Susan, who is trying very desperately to get me on the right path, she got 2 kits, and so hopefully they're going for her much smoother than they're going for me right now today. So anyway, so that's what we have for those. And then we have there's a surprise thing that was very popular before. And we thought we had sold out of it completely. I guess I should ask PJ what he put up next. I have no idea what's
that's okay. Garden bouquet?
Yeah.
Is that what you have?
So I have the Emily tote in the garden bouquet, and we have enough supplies for 10 kits. So I just love it. I think it was Dolce & Gabbana had this print, or one similar, that they did for a bunch of bags. They've brought it back in a couple different style bags, and there's actually a pattern that I just got that I'm trying to work up a sample that is very similar to this fabric in a bag that they're currently using for the spring. They actually haven't even put it out yet. There's just been teasers of it, but another similar one. So unfortunately, I don't think we've got extra material beyond the 10 kits for this. So if you're interested in making this one, absolutely love it. It's got this great fabric. This is that zippity doo done. So it's really easy to use. It comes with the zipper insert. It comes with all the lining. So we had done a class on this a while ago. And yes, Peggy, they probably did. So if you want to put it in there and get that, because we didn't think we had them. And what happened is they discontinued the this Emily tote kit, and we couldn't get any more of them, or at least we didn't think so. So Gloria had ordered as many as she possibly could, and these 10 that we came up with ended up showing up after we had thought we couldn't get any more. So I'm sorry you didn't get them before. Hopefully you put them in there and have got it now, if you want to do it now. So, but yeah, it's a super cute bag. And so, all right, so that was kind of a surprise thing that I was really excited. Last week, Ryan was like, hey, did you know we have these? And I was like, I had no idea. So we have that. Supplies, we've got some supplies, of course, for you. So if you don't have a full supply of things, we always have the Bosal and the inner foam, or excuse me, the Shape Flex. But here's the inner foam Bosal. So that's that foam that we use to kind of give some, like, not weight, but to give some thickness and some kind of, I cannot think of words today, but so your bags will stand up, whatever the right word is for that. But anyway, that's the Bosal. It's like a foam. This is a 36-inch by 58-inch.
It's a type of stabilizer.
It's a stabilizer. Yes, it is. That's a good word for it. I was trying to come up with for it to stand, but anyway. Someone just said Janine.
Janine.
I don't know. Janine. Body, that's a good word for it.
There
yes.
You go.
All right. And then we have Shape Flex, of course. And this is really nice because it's the 60-inch wide. Typically, it's like a 20-inch. So it's 60 inches by a yard. Stability, yes. Structure. Oh, I like structure, too. I don't know if Janine's the right word for it, but okay.
I don't know. Maybe that's a... Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. We'd have to look that one up.
Okay.
All right. So then there's the Shape Flex. So again, these are sort of like some bag making basics for just like for your supplies. And so I guess I could keep these out if you want them. But all right. And then I think we just have...
We have some zipper pulls.
We do have some really cute zipper pulls. So... these have been in the thing for the last 2 weeks, and we keep forgetting to show them. Firmness, that's a good one. Oh, she was trying to search something. That's why Janine came up. All right, so I want to show you. They're really pretty. So these zipper pulls, and I debated on whether or not to do them in the bag club, and I still was kind of debating, and we decided, well, let's just put them out for you. So there are, I don't even know how many are in a bag. So I think they're $6.95, and they're these enamel butterflies. They're so pretty, and they're just all kinds of different colors and designs. Let's see if I can pull some back.
Really cool.
So we were in Costa Rica when the boys were little, and so every time I see blue butterflies, I think of the Morpho butterflies there that are just, they're huge. They're, I don't know, like 6-8 inches across, and the boys would, of course, chase them even though they weren't supposed to, but they were tiny, and so, you know, that toddler phase where you kind of let your kids do so much because you're like, burn off the energy and sleep, please. So anyway, those are those butterfly ones. They have a really nice clasp on them too, so it's a little bigger than normal, so it's really easy to use and put on things. So just really nice. Has this nice gold color. So all different colors, pretty butterflies. All right, so there's that. And I think the last thing Steve was talking about were sweatshirts. He wanted us to show you because for Mother's Day, we've been doing those projects where you put the grandchildren's names along the sleeve, and then you put like whatever the grandmother's name, but it could also be for a mom.
Wow, this is really cool.
This is really cool. So this is actually a PJ thing. I'm not sure why it's here other than just to show you.
Yeah,
it's not the same sweatshirt. This one, so Tommy made this sweatshirt, not just the designs on it, but he made it. And so he made it because Gloria is going to Disney World with her daughter and granddaughter, because her granddaughter's in a gymnastics, I think. Maybe it's not gymnastics, dance, I don't know. Some sort of a competition at Disney. And so look how cute this is. So there's the kind of like the Epcot emblem, because Epcot's made out of those weird, I don't know, prism-like things. So he did a Mickey Mouse head with that. He stitched it onto the fabric. So here, I'll straighten that out, I'm sorry. So the sleeves have got Mickey Mouse heads on them. So cute. I'm sure we're probably not allowed to call them Mickey Mouse heads. So they're like, this is
Mouse heads.
Marky Mouse. These are Marky Mouse heads.
Yeah, exactly. This is really cool.
And so, and then he also he did the fabric and made it onto the hood as well. And so just really nice work. So, again, I'm not sure why I'm showing you other than it's really cool. And
exactly.
So I am impressed. I don't think I could make a sweatshirt. And so, and then to do all that, the Marky Mouse stuff is really cool. But then these we actually have, oh, they're here. I'm sorry, I didn't see those over here. So we have the sweatshirts as well. Looks like this one's open. And so these sweatshirts are just fantastic for personalizing and adding those names on them. So here's a nice cozy one. They're a really pretty pink color. They've got a nice soft feel to them. This size, I don't know I think you can just pick sizes, right? Is it one of those drop down, they just pick it. So this one, to give you a reference, is a 2X. And so there's a 2X. It's nice and big.
I think I know the backstory behind this. I think he saw one of the designs on Good Morning America. It was like wear your heart on your sleeve, and it has your kids' names.
Oh, okay.
So they're copying us, is what.
Right, that's what I heard Gloria say that before. So, so these sweatshirts, like I said, we did a demonstration on them before, and so not in my class. I'm not sure the day. I don't know if we can put that up for them, but so this is the 1X, so a little bit smaller, a little tighter around the hips. I do have my hips, so. Again, really soft, really nice color. It's this kind of rose color. And then what's this size? Oh, this is the 3X. And so, let's see what we've got. So then here's a 3X. So again, just really nice, roomy, really cute. And just such a fun idea. So like Gloria had hers. Oh, here, you know what? We have a sample.
There it is.
Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna pull this guy over here so you can see, like for Gloria, what she did is she put Gam, because that's what her grandkids call her. And then on the sleeves, She has her grandkids' names. I think, oh, nope, she's on one sleeve. My mother-in-law, I think, would need 2 sleeves. She's on 11 and about to add a great-grandchild. And so, but anyway, how cute is this? And so.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that's what those sweatshirts are for. All right. Oh, trying to get it to stand again. All right, we're good.
So.
All right.
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, unless
Okay. Do you
there
want that to be
there
shown?
were a couple other things. Yeah,
Okay.
Steve put it in the lineup, so.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
All right, so there's another t-shirt, and I noticed on Thursday, all the ladies were wearing these. So it's these t-shirts, and they have a pocket in them, and they have this cool diagonal, which they were saying makes you look slimmer, which I would agree. Look at me. I'm on a diet right now, and I lost 1.4 pounds. So I feel like, now it looks like I lost double that. So, all right, but anyway, really pretty bright. Love it for summer. It's really pretty. And so.
A couple
right.
other items you had here.
What else did I have?
Dynamic walking foot.
So the walking foot, we'll go ahead and put it in there. So you notice while we were sewing that walking foot is really great for going through all those multiple layers. It helps pull the fabric because it has that, it's like a rubber wheel that pulls it through. So if you don't already have one, we have that available for you. Oh, Dolores wants a 3X. I don't know what sizes this comes in.
I don't think they had it in a 3X.
Oh, in this. So we had the 3X in the sweatshirt, but not the t-shirt. Bummer. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll be able to get it in.
She's going to try, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
She's going to try to look for other things that are in all various sizes.
Awesome.
This is the quilt guide for dynamic walking foot. That's another popular one, I think, that goes with the dynamic walking foot.
I'm looking at the list here. PJ's talking about it too. So you can see that there's a foot on there, a Baby Lock Soles and Quilt Guide. So it's really nice because you'll put it on there and you can, it says not the correct walking foot.
This is, okay, so the walking foot you used was a compact digital dual feed. Okay, here we go. That's this one right here.
All right, so PJ just put in the Baby Lock Compact Digital Dual Feed because that's the one that I use. And so, so that should be in the window now. Anything else?
Well, up next is the open toe sole.
Okay.
For that digital.
So the foot, I can grab mine. Here we go. So you can see this is nice and open. Let's move our t-shirts. Oops. All right, so you can kind of see it's really nice because it's really wide open, and that way you can really see what you're stitching. And so, so that's that open toe.
All right.
Okay. I think that's it, everyone. So next week is going to be the big drop of the Bag Club kit. And so it'll be really fun to open that. We will fix our flap for the Morgan bag, and then we'll get really close to finishing. We might even be able to finish it. I may try and do a little bit of the sewing, anything that's duplicate at home, to sort of speed up our process a little bit and see if we can get that done. So I appreciate you all being here. I'm looking forward to showing you that Bag Club kit. Next week, we have another show at 3. I can't remember what Gloria said she was doing, but there's something amazing. I remember thinking, well, that'll be fun. So don't miss that. And I personally will see you next week. Have a great week, everyone. Thanks again. Bye-bye.